Killing Floor 3 should have been an easy win. New tech, new gen, bigger chaos. But a lot of Killing Floor fans are calling it a downgrade. And it's not because Killing Floor 3 is unplayable. It's because the changes of the identity of what Killing Floor was. So here's why Killing Floor 3 feels worse than Killing Floor 2 in the ways that matter most, and what actually it does better. Killing Floor 2 had a simple formula. Pure co-op chaos, satisfying guns, brutal gore, and perks that let you play how you wanted. It wasn't trying to be a mainstream shooter. It was a messy horror survival party game, and it worked. Killing Floor 3 moves away from that. The biggest shift is specialists. In Killing Floor 2, you picked a perk and built your layout. Simple, flexible. In Killing Floor 3, specialists push the game forward. Hero shooter territory, that changes the vibe. Less play any role anytime, to more this character does this, that character does that. Even if it adds depth, it reduces freedom, and Killing Floor's identity was freedom plus chaos. Killing Floor 2 felt heavy and brutal. The guns were loud, clunky, and satisfying. Killing Floor 3 feels smoother, but sometimes smoother means less impactful. For some players, it feels like a more modern arcade shooter than a gritty horror survival game. And when you polish it too hard, you lose the raw energy that made Killing Floor 2 so addictive. Killing Floor 2 had that gritty, grimy horror vibe like a nasty B movie. Killing Floor 3 leans into more like sci-fi, more clean, and more futuristic. That's not actually bad, but it changes like the whole mood. Killing Floor 2 felt like a horror. Killing Floor 3 is something that feels like sci-fi co-op, but with Zeds. Another common complaint of Killing Floor 3 is that it doesn't feel like a huge sequel. Well, some fans say that it feels like Killing Floor 2, but with upgrades rather than a true evolution. And since Killing Floor 2 has years of content, Killing Floor 3 naturally feels smaller in comparison. To be fair, Killing Floor 3 does improve in some things. Well, you could say that the movement is more modern, fights can be more tactical, and weak points and mechanics can add skill impression. So, it's not all that bad, but it's quite different comparing Killing Floor 2. That's the real issue. Killing Floor isn't a falling as a shooter. It's a disappointment to the sequel of Killing Floor, because fans didn't just want better graphics. They wanted the same Killing Floor 2 vibe, the same raw, chaotic chaos, the same freedom in perks and playstyle. Instead, Killing Floor 3 feels like it's trying to modernize into something more mainstream. And when a cult game like Killing Floor 3 tries to go mainstream, it risks losing what made people love it in the first place. So, you tell me what you think. Do you prefer Killing Floor 2 or Killing Floor 3? Drop it in the comments. Also, if you guys like these types of series, please tell me what game should I do next or what changes should I do. Thank you for watching and please leave a like and subscribe.